Hello and welcome to another update video about ADA. So Cardano also dropped quite strongly today. We had this flag pattern on the chart, which broke to the downside. You never know with these flags, or channels, they are, as long as you are in the channel, you simply don't know into which direction it is going to break out. We talked about the target area here in green. I think we are working our way towards it. Ideally, we would like to see a move into this area in the bullish scenario here. That would be a wave 2. So we talked about the potential in the case of a breakout to the upside. We said we would probably get into this region around 55 cents. Obviously, it broke to the downside. Therefore, this other scenario that we also talked about is coming live. And in the end, we expected the price anyway in this wave 2 to get into this area, ideally. But let's take a look how likely that currently is. So we looked here at in the bullish scenario. And again, I just have to re-emphasize that at the moment, things are still very unclear on the ADA chart. It is just what it is from a higher level time frame point of view. I mean, basically since May, we have just been moving sideways. So there is really not a lot of potential here for bullishness, but also not for bearishness. It's just sideways. And unless we finally see here a signal, things are unclear. We need a signal. For me, a signal would be to the downside, the 42 cent level, to get out of this range, and to the upside here above this red resistance area in the region between 54.9 and 55.7 cents. But we can still look at the lower level wave counts here so that we are not surprised by any crazy movements. And of course, these can be traded, these movements. That's entirely up to you. So in the bullish scenario, which is very much possible, we said that we could have bottomed here locally. That was at around 42.4 cents, that we moved up in an impulse in a wave 1. And then we talked here about the wave A, a reversal pattern that was, which happened. We then talked about this wave B high. I took some profits here within the flag, at 50.5 cents, and I made you aware of that because I had a few messages today. I should always say when I do something, and I always try to, but of course, I can update those things on Telegram and Discord much more frequently for channel members. And when I just want to sell something or buy spontaneously, I'm not going to make a video especially for that, but I will then usually update the channel members first on Discord, on Telegram, for anybody who wants to have up-to-date information. And then, it's looking like that we are finally coming down in this area here we've been waiting for. We're still quite far away from it, but in a wave C, there's a good chance we can get into this region. If we say, all right, we are in this wave C, then this move here to the downside would have been a leading diagonal in a wave 1. We can count the subwaves nicely, actually, as a leading diagonal. That now allows us to calculate also here the target better. So in that we would say, okay, this was probably a 1. Then we had here the wave 2. Then we had, no, this was not the 3, but this would be the 3. Then we had here a 4 and the 5. And that would be, and I'm not going to leave this on the chart. So that would be the count. And then within this, obviously here the swing low at 49.1 was then the wave 1 of that leading diagonal. And this here was the wave 2 retracement. What we're doing here seems to be the wave 3, possibly bottomed out, might be in a wave 4 retracement, and there should be another 5 wave move down in a wave C. So let's see if this is going to play out. We can not yet calculate 100% that target for the wave 5 because we don't really know where wave 4 is going to end. But I mean, this is micro counting again, but we can make some assumptions based on the length of the wave 1, and we can see that a textbook target for a wave 5 is usually the 2.618 extension. That is at 42.5 cents. That is within my target area here. So we have a good target for that. So primarily, I would expect it to go lower. Bear in mind, there is some support here around 45.5 cents. Okay. And we can also calculate the retracement. That was what this target area was based on. Basically here, if we calculate the retracements, we said that, yeah, 42.4 cents, yeah, it could come down into this region between that level and the 44.3. But to be honest, I think, is this correct? Is this correct? I'm gonna move the target area a bit higher, to be honest, because a wave 2 can obviously also go to the 61.8. To be honest, if it is below the 88.7, I don't know, I can't remember how that target area came to play, to be honest. Because it's a bit too low. Yeah, it's a bit too low. Based on the retracements, we should end a bit higher. I mean, I would not want actually the wave 2 to get below 44.3 cents. It could do, but I mean, at the latest below 43.4, below the 88.7% fib level, it will just be a very unreliable wave 2. Yeah, because, you know, they normally would not drop below the 78.6% fib level. Let's see, but I think this should rather be the area. Normally, I would say even the 88.7 is a bit too low, but the problem is because the wave A, because the wave A was quite long, we might get to the lower end here. That is at least how I see it. Bear in mind, there is never certainty. We can also calculate it in another way, in that we take the length of the wave A. And yeah, okay, so here that target would be, I mean, we've reached a 1-to-1 ratio now, but if we find support here and move higher from here, it would be a running flat that we've done here. Not ideal. I would rather be looking at the 1.618 extension here as the next target, 42.9 cents. So yeah, it all points to the lower end here. Let's see where we finally get to. But I gave you, maybe I extend that down a little bit to 42.9 cents. But I actually wouldn't want it to go down in a bullish scenario that far. But this is the target area now between 42.9 and 45.7 cents, somewhere in here. And I gave you a few more detailed targets for that last wave. If there is one, if there isn't one, then we only have a 3-wave move down, and that would actually be bullish, and we're moving higher directly from here. Okay. Now that is the bullish scenario for ADA. The bearish, and eventually in the bullish case, yeah, we should move higher then in a wave 3. Now I can't really give you a target for the wave 3 because there is no evidence that wave 2 has bottomed. Yeah, I still think we should see one more leg down. Again, not guaranteed. If we say, okay, maybe for whatever reason we have bottomed already, then target for the wave 3 would be around 60 cents, okay? 61, the 1.618 extension. Now that is the bullish scenario. Let me also quickly show you the ADA bearish scenario, which works in a similar way. Broke out of that flag to the downside. That means we have to make an adjustment here to the count. Yeah, because this was here a potential that we were moving up in A, B, C, basically invalidated. I mean, this could still, one second. It could still be like that, but we've retraced quite a bit for wave B. So I think it's more likely that the count, I mean, this stays W. From the low, we made a wave W to the upside. The wave X, I think, wasn't finished. So we can move that a little bit across. Yeah, so in this scenario, we said the wave 1 down, yeah, from the high in an impulse down. The wave 2 here to the upside in a WXY pattern. And we would say, okay, in the wave X, we had here a wave A, B, C, like in the bullish scenario, A, B, C, with an overshooting wave B again. And the wave C target would basically be the same as I showed you in the bullish scenario, because the wave pattern here, the local wave pattern, is then the same, A, B, C. Yeah, but the difference is that after this, yes, we can move higher. And again, that would be an interesting entry point. We can move higher. Like in the bullish scenario, we would just only, you know, up there, stop somewhere around 50, 58 cents or something. Yeah. So for me here, again, also in the bearish scenario, it's looking like that we have a chance to go lower, but again, below 42.4 cents, we have to assume that we will make a lower low straight away. So as long as we hold that 42.4 cent level, the previous low, we can assume that we will go higher in a wave Y. And again, that would then be somewhere here an interesting entry point. Already below, I think here, if we take a look at that, already below 42.9 cents, it will get very unlikely that it is this scenario still, similar to the bullish case, because if we drop below that, it would just get more likely that we're also going to break the 42-cent level in the end and make lower lows. But as long as those support levels are holding, I mean, we're getting closer to support here, yeah, then we could assume a move higher in a wave Y. Alternatively, this could be the triangle wave E that we talked about in previous videos. That is very much possible. And we talked about targets as well, somewhere up there in the region, starting at 54.3 cents, but I will be able to calculate that more and better as soon as we know how low we really come. But yeah, I think we're getting close to support, close to critical support. I would still think we see one more leg down. And yeah, basically, as I said, everything that I told you in the bullish scenario applies here to this wave pattern as well. So we could very well still go a little bit lower. Okay, and that's my update about ADA. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye. So, and below 79.3 cents, it's invalidated. Okay, that's a quick express update here about Polygon Matic. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.